Hey, so let's talk about grace notes. You see what I'm playing here? How I'm quickly playing the D, but I'm going straight to the E. That D is what we would call a grace note. It's that short, flicky note that adds a little bit of flavor to that E. Now, there are countless reasons as to why we use grace notes, but oftentimes, keyboardists use it to add more expression to their playing. So, what do I mean by expression? Well, as superior as the instrument of the piano is, the one thing that a piano lacks is the ability to bend notes. And no, we don't use the pitch bend wheel on the piano sound. That is only reserved for synth sounds. The thing is, bending notes is naturally a human element. With music, we can bend into the note to add more of an expressive sound. So, what we pianists do to compensate for our lack of bending ability is to use grace notes. First off, I like to think of grace notes as derivative of a flam that you would play on the drum. So, here's a flam. A fast double hit like this. Now, common belief would be to use this as a quick double strike. Left, right, right? Like that. But in reality, many drummers are taught to play a flam by positioning one arm lower than the other, and then moving both hands down at the exact same speed. Therefore, a flam will naturally occur. I believe a similar approach could be done with the piano. If you position one finger lower than the other, then you can move your entire hand down, and one note will naturally strike before the other. Now, there is a distinct difference here. Unlike the drums, the piano requires us to consider the release of a note as well. So you do need to make sure you are quickly releasing that grace note. It's pretty much as you hit the main note that the grace note releases. It can take some practice and consistency, but eventually, grace notes should start to come natural to you. So let's look at a couple more advanced applications. This is a bit less of a classical approach, but it is something that I often use. If you're going to go up a half step from a black key to a white key, you may have the option of just using your middle finger for both the grace note and the main note. What I like to do is take the center of my finger and place it on the edge of a black key like this, almost as if it's about to fall off, right? From there, I can just apply pressure and my finger can naturally slide off and land on the following white key. It may not be the most proper way, but it can free up a finger to finish off a lick or even playing a chord. Speaking of chords, I'm sure a lot of you are going to like this. Let's start with this A minor chord here. So what you can do is take your right hand and lower it down a whole step, but make it a major triad. So now you got this sort of jazzy suspended 9-chord vibe. And you can take this and you can move it around, to get get that going. And in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and change it to an electric piano sound. Right? So now what we can do is you can use your index finger to play a grace note right before the chord. But to give it even more of that laid back feel, what we can do actually is delay the grace note just so slightly. So we play the grace with the chord, and then the main note will then fall slightly after, just slightly. Right? So then from there, we can move this around. And you can get all types of cool sounds, right? So, the next time you're wanting to add a bit of expression to your melodies, or even chords, grace notes might be an effective way to take your music to the next level. Thanks for watching. I'm Sheppard. Let's make some music.